vibes. I'm manifesting, nigga. This is what it's gonna be next time.
Coming to you live. This is Unpaid Invoices on the beach.
Boy. Hey guys, this is Unpaid Invoices, a creative space for. Oof, I lost it. I got it now, but I literally had okay. All right, 1, 2, 3. What's up, guys? This is Unpaid Invoices, a space for creatives figuring it out in real time.
Yes, sir. We're talking business, boundaries, and everything in between because we get it. I'm your girl Keirra,
and I am Denique,
and this is Unpaid. We back again. We back again.
Hey.
Welcome back to this little show.
That's crazy. It's all of that.
I almost dropped my food. My whole plate. This kimchi juice is on the ground right now.
I literally have a glass of wine right now, and it's like I'm trying to get situated.
Oh my days.
Move that right there.
Kimchi juice on the ground. You remember that song? Pants on the ground. Pants on the ground. Looking like a fool with your pants on the ground. Gold in your mouth. Hat turned sideways. Pants hit the ground. Call yourself a cool cat. I don't know, but we need to bring that song back. Some of these jiggerboos.
Literally.
Anyways,
yes, let's jump into it.
You already know how we do. How are you? How are you, friend?
I mean, I'm good. One more day.
The day. Yeah, we're gonna skip Thanksgiving day, but
yeah,
this is just.
I mean, one more day. Yeah. For work, and then we,
tomorrow is our Friday
with the fam. You said what?
I said tomorrow is our Friday.
Right. I definitely took off for the rest of the week. Thank God.
Crazy. They didn't give you that day off. Anywho,
man, you already know. You already know how to go.
Not even one day, not even like Thanksgiving Day off. It's crazy.
No, that day is off, but the next like the people that get the Friday automatically, nah. They said come back in.
I mean, most people are not
going to come back in, if I'm being honest, but that's not the point. It's not a part of our,
Because I'm a contractor, there was like, you can work 30 hours in 3 days, or you can just not get paid and work your regular hours. I said, I'll be working regular hours. I'm in charge of cooking. I will not be stressing myself out like that.
Right.
No thank you.
I mean, I'm vibing, man. No issues. Early in the week, I'm ready to get stuff done. I'm high-key ready for the year to end, but I'm not in a rush. But my mind's already on like the steps as far as bringing in the new year. Okay. So how about you?
Where should I start? I should start with the simple fact that I am thinking about getting my master's. So that's been some thoughts that I didn't ever think that it would enter my cranium.
I just seen you text that.
Yeah. But the first step to that is really like taking it seriously is been in some courses, hearing some writers talk about how in their journey, especially when they moved to LA, they took like, I want to say like community college because UCLA is not a community college, but like extension classes that they offer that like some universities offer basically where it's you can take like a screenwriting course and it's like an intensive almost. They have a really good screenwriting program, but also connections. Because I'm going to have to make the great march west sometime soon. Not forever, but obviously just to, put a name to a face.
You feel that?
I mean, yeah, like I'm going to have to go out there and meet the people and make the faces and, do the things. Yes, I do feel like I will have to do that. This is so weird because I'm used to hearing myself. I'm not hearing myself. All I hear is you. So this is very interesting when I have my beats on. But nonetheless, yes, that is the thoughts I have been having. Other than that, working on Thanksgiving, like I said, I'm in charge of cooking because I do throw us downs, as I'm at Fushia.
I'm over Mac.
Yeah. My Mac has been requested. I'm making a turkey first year. Definitely was on.
Oh, you doing a whole turkey?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I am on the tick of the talks. and I am watching the videos, specifically Thanksgiving turkey,
Noting,
black people for
you
the SEO,
gotta get the cheesecloth.
Um, cheesecloth. Okay, see, you're
Mm-hmm.
doing a different recipe that I wasn't
For a
necessarily
turkey?
going. I wasn't
Oh,
gonna do that recipe. I was gonna do the, you know what I'm saying, brine, so we don't have to do the
I can see that one
cheesecloth.
too.
So I was
I
gonna
can
do
see
the
that.
brine, and then peel his muffin cap back blue, put some butter in his skinticles,
Cavity.
and
Yeah.
yeah, like put all the things in the cavity, do the things. I was gonna spatchcock it. That was also gonna be a thing, so it can lay flat.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so yeah, I will be cooking. That is what y'all need to know.
So everybody grown now. Ooh. Anyways,
Boy, I've been doing this for the past
hey,
5 years.
let's
This is
jump
nothing new.
into,
Just turkey
huh?
is being added on. Only difference is turkey's being added on. I'm used to cooking Thanksgiving,
Mm.
all of the things.
Nah, I got away
But
with as much as I could,
the
as much
youngins
time as I
though,
could.
the
So
youngins though this year will definitely be called up from the G League. Shredding cheeses,
I just thought
chopping
about something too. I
greens.
was about to say, no, I like doing my own little shred for the cheese, but cheesecake,
Nosh. Oh,
I
I
might
do
have to
love a
go
good
ahead and
cheese.
I might
I
have
do
to
love
do
cheesecake.
that.
I
Anyway,
got listen, a Biscoff cheesecake, please stop. We didn't
I
do a
might do a half.
Friendsgiving.
I
We
might
should
do
do
a
a
half.
Friendsgiving when we have more
Oh,
friends,
yeah.
and that too.
Well, I got the friends, I feel like. Anyways, we're
But
gonna
I'm
jump right
cooking.
into it. Okay, we're gonna jump right into obviously the
Anywho,
next segment called current tabs, because obviously, as a creative, we be having a lot of tabs open, multitasking all of the time, most of the time.
got 20
And
tabs
yeah,
open
what
in my
what
brain
we
right
got
now.
exactly? What's the
Do
what's the
you
first one?
do you want to talk about Money Long now?
Okay, so yes.
Update the
I'm
peoples.
not gonna lie though. I'm gonna start with
Did you see it? Start there.
anybody. Did I see? Well, here's the thing. I'm gonna for the
Both
audience.
parts.
Money, yes.
Okay.
Money long,
Continue.
Money long, however you say it. Really not trying to mess it up, but I've heard multiple people say it different ways. Nevertheless, she
hmm
just dropped the last time we heard her, she was on the award show, and I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, what award show was it that she made a tribute to Mariah Carey
I forgot
and
all
just
about
studied
that.
singing.
So
Anyways, this is the reason why I bring that up, because this is kind of it's feeling like the birth of this situation in regards to it. Um Basically, I forgot what award show, but and I want to say it was the BET Awards recently that she was probably honored, and or at
hmm
some point she was honored, and she did one of the tributes. She did We Belong Together. And at some point she was interviewed Mariah, and they asked her how she felt about it, and she was like,
I do
she
remember
basically in short was
this.
like,
I do
yes.
remember this. I do remember this.
She
Yeah.
basically in short was like, I didn't know she was gonna do it. I like her music, she a vibe. They was like, did you like the song though? Did you like what she did with the song? She was like, I mean, I like her, but ultimately I don't like nobody doing my songs. Basically is what she said. So basically no, but I still appreciate her as an artist in her music. This is what Mariah said.
But I feel
What
like that's still a
interview I feel like
classy
that.
ass answer though.
Yeah, she just was like, what I'm saying, I
No
love her
shade to
music. I
her.
love
I
what
don't like
she
anybody singing
did.
my shit. So
There
yeah.
was slight, I would say, could be perceived as shade at some point, because she did say at one point she didn't know that she did the song because she felt like her own song was in so similar to We Belong Together, that she was like, why would she kind of do my song when she has a song that's kind of similar? It could be perceived as a little Mariah shade, like kind of
I
when
mean,
she
yeah, it's
asked her a long
Mariah.
time ago about Jennifer Lopez, and she was like, I don't know who that is. Yeah. Anyways, nevertheless, we fast forward. Money Long, she I feel like it's Muni Long. I don't know. She dropped a
Who knows?
TikTok, kind of shading Mariah. Kind of, she had a person comes in, and she's talking like Mariah, she sings like Mariah, she sings her whatever. It's kind of giving shade. They set up the scene, and at the end of the little reel, she's at the end and she's like, "Sorry, I don't like when people sing my songs," and she does a wink. Um. She has a Mariah impersonator and everything. People felt like that
Mm.
was shade. And I seen that there was a part two that was
Baby,
added.
I'm not gonna lie. That first clip, it took 0.5 seconds for me to realize that was not Mariah.
She was very bold for that. Not gonna lie. It was
I,
very bold because I thought it was her initially too. I was like, oh.
I was
And
like,
then I
oh,
seen
this is
that neck.
cute.
And
I
then I
thought
seen
like
that
I was
neck.
like,
And then I was
boy,
like, that's not Mariah.
I was like, mm-mm, that's not.
That's not
No,
Mariah. That's
it was
not
when she
Mariah of the
was
Carey.
just. It was when she turned slight to the side,
I
and
seen
I
that
seen,
neck.
yeah, like I just seen the makeup and everything. I said, no,
But
Mariah's
she
makeup
still look.
artist.
I was about to say she did a good job, and even her
No,
voice. I'm not gonna say even her voice and like her little bit of mannerism. She got down there.
she's
But
clearly a
eventually, you start to realize that
Mariah
that is not Mariah, and then you start to
impersonator.
be like,
Yeah,
"Oh, okay, you throwing shade."
I don't see,
She
and I
did
don't
just drop
even
a
know if
part
it was
two.
shade though.
I don't know.
I felt
I
like
didn't see the part two, but I feel like initially it's not
that's
hard
what
to
I
understand.
asked you in the very beginning. Did you see both parts? And you said yes.
Oh, no. I did not
Nick,
I did not, what is it? Interpret that. I
boy, what
literally
they
had it on
say? Run
my,
the tape.
I was literally, it was literally on my to-do list to literally look at.
I thought I sent it to you.
And I was supposed to go back to look at it.
Yeah,
Hold on.
and you
I
didn't.
did see. You said that you didn't. I'm literally
Correct.
looking. Yeah, no.
Right now.
Basically, but you fill it in with that part. It was not shade when the added
So
part.
basically, like the next portion of it is like a almost like a Fresh Prince of Bel-Air where she's like standing near an edge of something and then like Mariah like pushes her and then she says like thank you to Mariah basically like oh yeah you're right like that part I was like that's why I said I don't think it's shade I think it was just like kitschy and it was like on brand and I think also too her team was like this is gonna get the people talking Mariah's season is almost upon us branding wise I do feel like girl what the fuck
I
but
just feel like that's what
the
you're filling me in on. I haven't even seen it, and that sounds silly, but nevertheless, like I'm cool. That you could have kept that. You could have kept that if that's what that video about to
But okay,
give
so here's the thing
everyone.
though. Here's the thing, babes. You also have to remember she's on tour right now with Monica and Brandy and Kelly Rowland. And from what I've been hearing, this show is a knockout, smash out, sing. And it's also too apparently her record Dululu is also like another yours, mine. Like the girlies are like obsessed with that song right now. It is
Yeah,
apparently doing numbers. So in regards to the Dululu concept, right? Is this on brand? Yes. Is this smart marketing? Yes. Is this smart marketing for and timing and all of the things? Yes. Is it really shady? I don't know because I don't know they beef if they have a beef or if there's beef to even be had. But I don't know. I'm not. After looking at everything and seeing how it played out, I was like, oh, this is kind of smart. I ain't gonna hold you. This is kind of whether we feel like it makes sense or not overall, the first initial is like, girl, what the fuck? And then she ends the shit with hashtag Dululu. Yeah, bitch, that's gonna get people to go see or stream or pick up the
I'm
shit. Or
not, yeah,
okay,
I'm not listening to that
you
song off
might
of that.
not.
I'm not gonna hold you. But anyways, for
It's
most,
in the background. Like it's in the background. Like
yeah, I
they
hear it
do
in the background. I'm not going to go look. That didn't make that. All you got me to do was
you
raise an
weren't
eyebrow as
moved.
to if you got beef with Mariah. For me in the front end,
I
and
mean,
you
it's
now
still
telling me
attention
that
though,
other.
and it's
I mean,
talking
and
about her.
cool, and that's fine. I mean, I'm not. It's not enough to hold me to go
Listen to the song.
listen to it.
I mean, hey,
But at the same
it's
time,
it's
I don't
getting the
listen to her
girls
sound.
talking.
I
It's
do appreciate her
provocative.
as an artist, and I know she's a cold ass writer. She writes for multiple people.
I also feel like
But
she can actually sing as well, and I do appreciate
oh,
that
I
she
definitely feel like
still
she can sing. I never
sings.
question that. But she be yelling sometimes, and that's just not the sound that I be like hearing
You
for the
know,
R&B. She's a very ballad type of person.
yeah,
And I just am not listening to that
when
in my
she
rotation because
be,
that the Lulu like that was a strong like how she did, you know what I'm saying, for that preview. But girl, I'm not listening to that because I am not delusional and I don't need to be saying that for real. To be honest, that's not a good spiritual thing for me to keep saying over and over again.
boy,
Can't
only
do
thing I'm
that.
saying I'm Delulu about is making my dreams happen, cause I say what I have and I have what I say, so that's the only thing
That
you
ain't
can
even
say.
delusion. That's a fact. I'm having to
Is
poll
it
everybody else
delusion
that it
or is
ain't
it my
manifested
faith?
yet.
Is it my delusion or
Man,
is it my faith? Boop boop
even
bop bop.
still, yeah.
Hey, it's
She's
still.
like
I don't know. I've seen a lot of different takes. None of them really I feel like are even worth mentioning, quite frankly. But y'all obviously are chit
okay.
chatting and
He said none of them are.
No,
good
because you know
mechanisms in
how
part.
people get on Twitter and they get their thumbs moving and their blood
Oh,
is
not the
pumping in their
thumbs.
thumbs. I feel
Oh,
like once their thumb blood get to moving, it causes some
that's
friction
really a
in the
problem.
brain cells and literacy and conclusional thinking. Hey, I can't be upset with it. We all have our vices, you know?
You know,
So yeah, I don't know. I can't stand or nor be mad at her team or who even pitched this, whoever was like, it's a good idea. I think this, that, and the third, because it's doing everything that I feel like, even if it's a song and this is such of a sidebar, but I was literally just listening to the Joe Budden podcast, which is a hell of a sidebar as well because I never thought I'd be listening to them. But they took my Mona from me, from Don't Call Me White Girl, who I listen to on Mondays. And she is not putting out as many podcasts now. So guess where I got to go and
mm.
listen to some sometimes very interesting opinions on certain topics. But Mark Lamont
Sometimes very
Hill,
interesting. It's crazy, but yeah, I
Mark Lamont
mean,
Hill is there, so it even out
it's a
sometimes.
balance with him being there
Yeah,
sometimes.
them two personally I love. But nonetheless, she was not on there anymore and I'm listening to it. But they were talking about the Kodak Black. She's a very big Kodak Black fan. I don't hold that against her. Um
Hmm.
she was
Right.
they were saying what I forget the not Queen's Flip, but the other dude, not Ish, Free.
Um.
Free, free,
Yeah.
free. There we go, free. Free was saying that I guess someone in his camp has spoken to people in Kodak's camp and they have said that they are no longer obvious he dropped the album. I don't know if you're aware.
Who? Kodak?
Yes.
I did not know that.
So that was their point, but a pen of um essentially his people were like, we're not promoting a song unless we're dropping it. You and these backgrounds, bitch. I'm not about to play with you. Let me get this sentence out, please. They are basically saying that
Manifested.
they're not promoting any music until after they've already put it out. So this album is out. They're gonna wait to see what songs pop. Then they'll promote those songs, put a video behind that song, and their thinking is they're not losing no money. Now Free said he sees both sides, and to his explanation, I do get it. Ish and then was like, business wise, you're not making no money, and his response was, you're not losing no money either. And I was like, with how expensive shit is
Like
these
they not about
days.
to put out no album until they see what songs they got is popping.
Correct. They're not putting anything behind the like
Isn't that how they
again.
was doing that before? Like what? I'm confused on what the problem is for real. Isn't that
No,
how they was
not
doing it? I
really.
mean, because it's kind of like it's dropping singles.
No, doing a whole album behind that though, with no promo, no lead up, no nothing, just dropping the bitch, and then also not promoting after the fact. No, nobody has been doing that, bro.
Oh,
As some point, people are either promoting the before or they're promoting after. They are saying we are not promoting period until we see traction behind specific songs, and then we will put money into promoting those songs because it is now tested and vetted via analytics, and the dollars are will be recouped essentially. It's a safer bet. I understand what Free was saying, like is I get it on
I
both sides, but to
mean,
me
when you think
that
about how
seems
much of a fan
asinine.
base he already has, yeah, that's not too bad of a way to approach it because you know that at some point, you know what I'm saying, there
So
will
when
be
they said
traction.
that, that's what I guess that's what made sense. But even Kodak fans, some Kodak fans, or even if you are an old Kodak, fan, like you get no chance to stumble upon that. Like when do you figure out or find out? I just
They
feel
already
like in
paying
the
attention
sense
to him
of that with
because they're a
Moni
fan.
Long, that's okay. I'm a fan of a lot of people, and I'm a fan of a lot of content creators. And if I don't see their shit, I'm not gonna know about it. I also have a lot like how much information we consume, bro. You may or
I
may
mean,
not
I
see
get
this
you
shit.
from that standpoint, but I also understand why they're being so kind of like naive to it. I do think that they're
I,
underestimating
I
maybe what
some
all we do
pre-promo.
consume. Yeah,
I
yeah,
do
just a
agree.
little bit of
Yeah,
promo.
I
But
agree with
like
that.
I'm not totally like, oh, like I can see the approach, but it's just kind of like, I mean,
Business
I
wise, I
personally
get
don't care if business is
it.
successful over there or not. Okay.
Well, I mean, that's not the job of the artist to care. It's the job of the motherfucker
Yeah.
who owned
I
the record
mean,
label to care. So,
and I think that they think that his
which is fair. I
his
feel like
fan
yeah, a
base is good
Kodak
enough.
fan.
I heard he wasn't upright anymore, so I don't know.
You are correct. He is on that water,
I was about
that
to say
stuff,
I heard like
the
I was
hair
seeing that he had like
on.
yeah, I was seeing that he
He's
had videos of
on.
himself like not being well. So
Um, But according to Mark Lamont and the viewers of the Joe Budden podcast, the album slaps. I don't know. For me, I've never been just a
Oh,
hard Kendrick
okay.
fan. They were using the analogy of, when the older artists were on that shit. That's so the music
Interesting.
quality was good. I, s- I paused mainly just because I was just like, that's interesting. Because didn't he have allegations as well on some other stuff?
And I'm like
Not,
looking at you, Mark, because aren't you
girl,
supposed to be the,
that is a
it don't matter.
Philly. That is a
Clearly. I didn't even know
Philly.
where he was from, but whatever. I thought he was the one that had a little bit more sense in education to some stuff. But
What they
maybe he's
say,
just,
you can take the nigga out the hood, but not the hood out the.
oh, I thought he was all right. I guess not.
He is, but he still said it was good music. The
Oh,
album
okay.
was good, which I
Nice.
apparently didn't realize that the Joe Budden podcast is a music podcast. That was apparently their
Oh, for
premise.
sure. You didn't know that? Yes. That's
Girl,
like a main topic is literally like the
I
approaches and
don't.
I mean not ma
When I used to
other than
listen
when they're
to
not fighting
it,
amongst each other, about their own
so
opinions.
there,
But yeah,
that's
that
all
is
I've
definitely
seen.
what it is.
That's all I've seen. Even when it was Rory and Mal, I remember it just being like, it just never interested me, if I'm being quite honest. So the clips
Mm,
and things that I have seen were never like substantial enough for me to continue watching it. However, again,
mm,
he stole Mona Love from me. So I got to listen now because that's
yeah.
the only
She
place I can
funny.
hear her raspy, delightful
Right.
voice.
Because she's funny.
Um, but yes, they were talking about that. So that was something that I feel like, again, Money Long girl in the promo. And I think she's independent as well.
Who? Money?
Yes.
Yeah. I believe she is as well.
So
I think. Hold on, let me fact
to
check.
what they say,
Let me
what was
fact
that
check.
Beyonce calls all this chatter? Hey, I don't know. I'm not mad at it. But moving on super quick, Rico Nasty and Kenny Beats dropped a teaser. Did you see that?
I did not. Is that the one where she's kind of in that big old like
It looked
cathedral
like,
looking
yeah, I thought it was a
place?
gym.
It could have, yes, could have been. Yeah, I think it is.
Yes,
And just to go back, just to pivot real quick, Money Long is not independent. But
she's not.
anyways, no, she's not.
Okay.
She is signed to her, I guess, own label. Hold up. She started an independent artist and founded her own label. Oh
Yeah.
no, she's in partnership with Def Jam.
So she is independent. She just has a partnership. Okay.
Yeah, I
Probably a
guess.
public. And she's a writer, so you probably know it's a publishing spit,
Probably.
yeah, and a
Yeah.
distribution deal. She probably got a good distribution and publishing deal. That's cool.
But back to Rico and
Do you
Kenny.
I'll
Yes, I
play a
have
little
seen
bit.
that. I have seen it.
Can you
But
hear
ultimately,
me?
anybody who knows Kenny and Rico Nasty, I mean, honestly, tune in, tap in, you go on their page. They just dropped a snippet and I heard it and I F with it. Why would I not? It's Kenny and it's Rico. Anybody who is a Rico fan, I've been with Rico, right.
Rico!
I've been with Rico since smoking key lime OG, and I smell it on me. You can tell that is dang. Yeah, I've been with Rico for a minute. And I'm so happy to see her evolve, to be honest with you. She was one of the people that I used to make cover art for.
Yeah.
Team Rico, I still follow
You have to
Rico.
send me some so I can throw it up.
Yeah, I got you. It's old too. So old. But yeah, I'm for anything that she's for. She looking good. She smell good. Like, girl.
I feel like there's a lot of artists here lately who I feel like are extremely underrated. That I would have
As far
thought
as
they
their
would.
craft, for sure. Because I'm not
Yeah,
gonna lie, I think Rico at some point too, a lot of people fell off. But in reality, I think she just started to see what wave she can go into as far as also longevity. Like I think she's heavy tied into like the rock and EDM type of scene and attracts
she
those
has.
girlies and
Yes, yeah.
she's attached to them. And I think for a little bit the perception was maybe she's changing her sound, maybe she's not. But I ultimately think she just likes playing with rock in general. I think she's a rock based alt type of girly, and that's just what it is. That's why it turned
I
me
you
to
know what
her.
I you know what
So
if they had I think if this was like early 2000s, maybe like if there was some really hot rock band out that was also like a Green Day at the time type of
Paramore.
a
Did you just see
Paramore at
that
the.
did you just see that Haley brought her out? I think is what it was. Because
Yeah,
that
I
was
did.
recently
I
thing.
did see. Yeah, I did
Yeah.
see that. But that's what I'm saying. Like, if there was like a really hot, more mainstream rock group, like that's why I said like the Green Days, because Green Day had like a more mainstream point. Toward the end, I would say of
Oh,
their
I think
group.
Paramore did too.
Well, yes, Paramore also did. But I'm saying like just
I'm
overall,
talking
if
about
there
as far as like. Mm.
It's that
Like
she
this,
could collaborate with. I'm just saying, period. With not
I think
even
she could
just the
collaborate with
male.
them. If I'm being honest, I think she could collaborate with
She
them
could
as
collaborate with
well
Paramore, but
as
I'm
I think
saying
she.
like if it was in that setting of where we were back in the early 2000s, where you could have a girl who does rock and rap, right? Like a I hate to say it, but like a Pink at the
Mhm.
time in that time scale, I really feel like she would have more notoriety. That was what I was trying to get to. If she
Oh,
had also to the higher, we don't have a rock group. Can you tell me one rock group right now that's mainstream outside of Paramore, nigga? Because they're already vetted in, but like a newer, hotter, or even maybe vetted in rock group that's mainstream that she could collaborate with in this day and age. I haven't seen her be able to do that. All American Rejects are but having a resurgence of a comeback.
um,
We don't have a young hip,
I
but like who?
I don't. Okay, I get what you're saying to that standpoint. Yes, I do
But
get
I
what you're
think
saying to that
I'm saying
standpoint. But
overall that would have helped, and I think that would be a fun collaboration to play it. But overall, I think she should be a lot bigger than what she is. Period. I don't know if the
I mean,
timing is just
overall, this is a Team Rico household over here. Don't come over here, right? Don't
Rico.
come over talking in nonsense.
None of
Okay,
that, please. None of that.
before I have to smack a bitch
Um.
today. Okay,
Hey, thank God I ain't have
yeah,
to.
smack a bitch
Uh.
today.
Um.
Yeah, nah.
This is super quick, but I just, you know how like everybody has like a lore? Like apparently Travis Scott was opening for Lady Gaga or some shit, like, festivals
Did
or
not know that.
just lore, right? Of back in the day when people really had to like just kind of grind it out or like, hey, I want you to listen to my CD Hill, that video of Sweetie rapping for J. Cole, like just, lore of
Yeah.
people's coming up, as you will. Um, I thought this was funny because Kevin Gates is turning into someone who is
What? I'm scared. Where you going with this?
boy,
I
don't
don't.
worry about it. It's actually funny. So Pimp C, the great Pimp C,
Mhm.
um, apparently his lore is that while he was at a function, have you seen this?
No.
Did you know about this? Okay, so apparently while he was at a function, Pimp C was accosted by one nonetheless. So basically he came up to him and accosted him and was like, listen to my CD, let me rap for you, let me rap for you, let me rap for you. Pimp C walked away from that interaction, walking back to his homies, like, look, let's get the fuck out of here. Cause I think that little boy retarded. In reg-
Who?
in regards to Kevin Gates. That is the lore. Did you know that?
I think he is.
Oh, well,
I agree with Pimp C. I'm just kidding. Or
you
am
know,
I?
well, so it was in response to an interview. Somebody said like Kevin Gates ended that interview when she put his hands on him. And I'm like, he just has like a weirdo energy that I
My
just
thing
don't
is, and that's all I was about
like.
to say. Me personally, I don't think it's anything other than the fact that Kevin Gates is just a very easily agitated type of nigga. Like, I really think that's all that it is. I think it doesn't take anything for him to be
Oh,
irritated. And I also think that he's performative. And I
I
also
agree with
think
that, yeah.
he's a semi-opportunist. And I've never met him, but that's what the vibes give. Because why are you shape shifting so much? And so I don't know, but that's just my take on things. And also from the people that he aligns himself with, you
Mm-mm.
are not the best or the greatest at the judgment that he spews. That is what Kevin Gates gives to me. And this ain't even a I hate Kevin Gates podcast. However, Kevin Gates, I see you.
For what you are.
And
What they say, I know what you are.
you are manipulative. I think he just I think he literally just told Drika. Drika's trying to ask for spousal support, but they never really got married, and he threw the fact that they were never married in her face. That's what the blogs say though. Even though that is not I don't know. The thing is Kevin Gates is just an interesting person to me, but I also think all of what I said is kind of just like touching into that space. He's just an odd individual, like you said. I think he's just
You wanna
weird.
know who's another odd individual? And I actually didn't have him on here, but I just remembered it. Burna Boy. Apparently,
I okay, go ahead and start with that because I have been seeing a lot, and honestly, there's been talks about
yeah,
Burna Boy for a long time here
there
now. As
have
far as a
been.
creative, a South, isn't he South African or is it just or
No, he's
no, he's not South
Nigerian.
African, but he's Nigerian.
Yeah, he's Nigerian. He's a
And
so if you're not familiar, basically a fan was asleep at the concert. They had been going through some stuff. Now again, we find this out after the fact, but apparently they were like going through some family trauma. Someone had passed away, and they were just tired. And I guess like were linked. up against their partner or person they came with to the concert. And Burna stops the concert. Now, you know, Burna's concerts ain't no small
Yeah,
concerts. They're
yeah, no, no,
usually
no.
like
He stops the
stadium.
concert and he like points at them and he's like, "What are y'all
Yeah.
doing?" Like, da da da. He basically
He's
like,
like, yeah,
"Y'all
like
not
get
giving
like
enough for me for y'all to be here, and y'all can get out."
then
Basically.
his response was not any better. His response basically was talking like, you're not gonna, like, he was saying, like, I feel like a stripper. You're not gonna compare me to a stripper. You're not gonna make me feel used. I know there's an agenda.
What? I didn't know
Yeah.
he said all of that.
Yeah. He's like, I know there's
Is
an
that to the public
agenda.
in response to his actions to that? I didn't see that part.
After the girl came out and told
Yeah, what
us,
she
like,
said. Okay, I
yeah,
didn't
what
even
she
see that he
said.
responded. Hmm.
Oh, yes. He responded and basically said that, and I don't need no broke fans.
Oh, I didn't know that he said that. Here's the thing about Burn Boy. Because we just had a recent situation happen just now, like a couple days ago. Um,
What you mean? What else happened?
you ain't seen that? I thought that's low-key why you brought it up. Anyways, to add on
No.
and to
It was
piggyback off
about
that,
this. Oh, girl.
no, Burna Boy had another situation happen recently where he was somewhere else and somebody else was, I think, they did he give them money? Hold on. Did he give them money back when the show was like
Uh,
live, or did he just speculate? Or did he just go on like roast them? Did he
yeah,
give
no,
them
I
money back?
no, I don't think he gave them any money back.
Okay, bet. This is a new situation. So basically there was another area that he just did a performance at, and the guy was kind of given the same situation, and he gave money out of his pockets and was like, "Here's your money back. You can go."
Okay,
So folks
so
was like, folks. So he's been trending. Actually, I think not if it's not this week for real, it's probably just dying down, but probably coming from last towards the end of last week up until now. But he just
that's
recently got clocked again and people was like, he's just not gonna learn. He's not gonna understand. Like at some point, like folks is just not about to support you if you keep treating your fans like that.
I feel like Burno lost me when he said Black Americans don't have culture and then stomped his
And
heavy-footed
so
black
then
ass
that's what I
on
said.
stage in some Timberlands.
And that's when I said, as far as like just Burna Boy's like whole like celebrity, as far as like since he's kind of been in the States and kind of getting popular here, like he's
Yeah.
kind of, and also just even moving back and forth. I think Nigerians as well as like us been have had questions in regards to like, well, where are you drawing this inspiration from? If you don't
Mm.
like either one of us, like where are you? Who do you
But
like?
he said he doesn't like Nigerians.
I think he said that. He
I
said
thought
I
he only said that about Black Americans.
no, he said I think that hold on, because I really don't want him to
Um,
speak. Hold on.
boy, I'm
Um,
99.9% sure that he definitely is. I don't. He may have said both, but I
because
know
I
for a
seen
fact
a
he
thread and they
said
were all talking about like how he treats his actual like African fans. Like, no, I don't expect how he thinks that he's gonna no. I think that he said something in regards. Hold on. What's that called?
Also, I seen this a crazy ad, and I need y'all to really stop using AI. Like, please stop using AI. Because why am I looking at you talking about a bullet going through a lady's abs and it saved her life, or her belly fat and it saved her life? So that's why you should buy your cookies off a TikTok shop.
Honestly, okay, I'm gonna take back what I said as far as like his own, but the stuff that I see online in regards to like how they view him with the people that it's obviously I'm not speaking for every single body before. I'm not
Boy,
speaking about
we
for
don't know
everybody.
every single Nigerian.
We
Please stop.
don't.
The
And but
Igbos and the other
I feel
ones
like
too.
ultimately though him as a person is a very like he has a very kind of like strained relationship with his fans overall, black, African, whatever. Like he has said stuff over the course of the span where people have questioned like kind of, his integrity, I feel like as a
I've
musician.
even heard behind the scenes that Burna Boy is one of them type of individuals that like doesn't treat staff well, doesn't treat, the people around him
That's what
well.
I'm
So I
saying. Like
mean,
I've
you're
heard
overall
multiple
just
things
an
about him just not being a
asshole.
great person. Like he's
Yeah.
not good a person. So
No,
I
not
don't
even being a
know.
good person, being an
Um,
asshole.
I don't know. Was that all of the not to end it there, but I mean, I guess shout out Burna Boy. I hope you figure out what's going on.
Maybe, I don't know. Some people I feel like was saying, he's has so much success. Maybe he's in his diva era,
He could be.
which that,
And who am
Mariah,
I? And who am
Nikki,
I? You know what I'm saying?
you've hit certain
But
pinnacles of success. I mean, I guess.
you
Then,
kind of have to be an ass a little bit. But also,
yes.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't agree with you just ejecting people off of your concert. Like if they sleeping, that's not bothering you, Burna. I'm not gonna lie. You could have let them sleep. They paid you regardless.
So
So like at some point, I can't condone
some
that.
people who get on stage and do things like teacher, preacher, whatever, have been saying like it is distracting. Like if I can see you, it's gonna distract me because it's
Um,
in my line of sight. So it's like
okay,
a comedian or
move
whatever
it,
was like at
move
least
it,
wake them up.
move
Now
it.
kicking them out, I ain't gonna kick you out. But like if you are in my
I don't
line
even
of
agree with
sight,
waking them up. Who cares about like what is that? Hey, content creators. Today we're going to talk about TubeBuddy. Ever wonder how to get your YouTube videos major exposure and on the main page? Well, TubeBuddy has you, helping you with keywords, thumbnails, and titles. Also having an A and B testing to help you see what your audience likes. It's sure to get you on the main page. Sign up with our exclusive code UNPAID890 or check the link in our bio. TubeBuddy, where creativity meets strategy. Now let's get back to the show. How really needed for Burna Boy to be throwing people out. Like me personally, I feel like if they started,
oh,
if like who cares? Literally, who cares if you was sleeping? Who cares if I was
I
sleeping at the thing? Even if y'all talk about it's a line of sight, da da da. Bro, it cannot be that distracting to where you want to stop the whole
I
show for
mean
everybody else who has paid and it's you and you up there and you're doing your thing. You're that. I don't know. I don't know
So
about
that's
that.
where I think I'm not saying they stopped the show fully, but like if it's definitely where I'm like, hey yo, wait my man's up real quick. If I say something about it, like I don't feel like that's off limits either. I don't feel like I should be penalized for being, especially if it's like a comedian, like nigga, you're getting made fun of. That's
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like
But
that took it.
anyways,
But yeah, I Berna, hey man, get with your spirit guides, get with your peoples, your shamans, your whoever's, and
not
figure
the
that out,
shaman.
cause you can't be going around treating people like you're a dickhead. It's not okay, especially when it's your staff and the people that work for you, and it's your fans, the people who put money in your pocket, especially calling them broke, uncalled for, like that left field. Like what? If they're broke, they wouldn't be at the concert.
Yeah, and
Like
that's what I'm saying. Like, how is they broke if they showed up? I'm confused. How are they broke if they showed up, my guy?
correct. So
And they decide. That's what
I,
I'm saying. Like, it truly should not matter if they didn't get a show or not, because it's like they decided to waste that money. You still got paid at the end of the day. So I don't know. For me, it's just like, I don't. But nevertheless, whatever, whatever.
um. What else? Oh, did you see this clip of Michael Phelps and India Love?
I did see that.
I was just kind of like, in what world do those two worlds kind of cross over?
They had a
Um,
poker tournament or something.
s- I didn't even know she played poker. Like, is that a thing that the girlies are doing now? As they go play poker?
She been around doo doo garbage. I don't know what she's into.
I'm screaming, not doo doo garbage. For those of you who don't know who doo doo garbage is, that is DDG, the
She been
father
around DDG, and
to
honestly, I don't hate DDG.
Hallie's child, Mr.
This is
Halo.
just funny to say. DVD, DDG, doo doo garbage, whatever.
Yeah, I'm
She's
not
been
gonna
around
lie.
him, and she's also been around the game. And I don't know. I would assume that at some point somebody's probably smoking a freaking black and mild around her, probably
Oh.
doing stuff. She's like, "Oh, that's good." And they're like, "Okay, girl." Like I would assume. I
I
would
don't know. I
assume.
just that was very interesting pairing, I thought. I was gonna ask you, like, what's a random pairing that you just be like, what the fuck, what are you guys doing together?
Like, why are y'all around each other? Who made y'all come together?
Or I mean, yeah, like if two
If
names
I
were
seen
put
Barack
together
and
and
Sexy Red together, I would literally be like, mm.
what would you think, sexual allegations? Or would you think
No, I would just be like, how did y'all get together? Like, I would literally be
oh,
like,
okay.
who brought that? Who co-signed that? That's literally what I
Mm,
would say.
I think
I wonder if I can get this to be like, I'm gonna do something.
bro, please stop. Like, gain control of yourself. What's a wild I just be, I don't know. Honestly, that's how I felt when Justin Bieber and her were together. But then I thought about who he was at one point,
Who?
where
Justin
Justin
Bieber,
Jamal.
who? Oh, Sexy Red.
Mm, yeah.
Mm.
Did you ever finish listen to his album? By the way,
Oh, of course I did. The wait,
no, the
didn't he have
second
a
one,
different side? Didn't he have a different side at some point?
Swag. I believe
Yeah, I don't know.
is what it was called. I don't know. Did you listen to it?
I listened to I'm gonna go back. I listened to, yeah, it was a vibe. I haven't listened to it since, but I have listened to it and it was nice. It was a vibe. It was cool. It was very, shout out to my guy. I believe it is, and I don't want to mess this up because I love you if you ever hear this. Eluj,
Mm,
Elujady. There was a
yeah,
lot of things about Justin's album, and I said this to a couple people, and I was like, I don't know if I have too much dip on my chip, but there's a sound that you're playing into, and it's a sound that reminds me of somebody. And when I thought about it, I
There's
was
a
like,
couple of somebodies that I felt
yeah,
like
that
was
he was
trying to,
mimicking. I
yeah.
heard Prince in there, I heard Mike. I
I
heard a couple
definitely heard
people that,
Mike.
but
Definitely heard
obviously
Prince.
those people, we draw on those people all the time. But
Hmm.
to sound like you're replicating though, like a current artist who is actually directly and was already pulling from them, because that's what I'm saying. Like Uj, it sounds like he's been in that pocket of that sound in
Hmm.
particular. But
Hmm.
I don't know if that's too much dip on my chip. I put my hands up. I will say I just heard the influence, and I love that guy and his music because it's very dreamy, it's very musical, it's very vibey, it's very shake my hips
Yeah.
in the condo, and
I
also
remember when
the
I
love
stumbled
to my
upon him
person. It's a very
some
wide range of music that he makes, Saluje.
some
But I
years
did listen to
ago.
Justin's and it was fine. How did you feel about
Mm.
it?
I think I am always going to be possibly wanting another journals. And I
Everybody and their mama
said,
and their grandmammy and their fetus wanted another journals, and I told everybody I was not gonna get another journals because that is not the same Justin. That Justin was a fresh, brand new mimicker of the Negroes.
no, but hear me out. I also feel like it's
And
because our Kelly is also
okay, sidebar, I just thought about something. Can we talk about
not
Druski being
producing
on
it.
this album? I just thought about
I saw
something.
an interview where he explained how that happened, and I was just like,
I
and then
personally feel like Drewski's ass should have not ever been on that album. There was no point in him being on that album. There should have
he
been
basically
somebody
black.
there. Yeah, like I'm pretty sure are you sure you're not a black person? Shut up. We need y'all to stop saying stuff like that because
Oh,
this is
brother.
exactly why they be having a hard time understanding nuance because y'all will just put too much dip on
You want to
their
come to the
shit.
cookout, girl? You invited to the cookout. All they did
It's
was
not
shimmy
that
their
deep. It
shoulders
doesn't need to be
in
that deep.
rhythm.
It really doesn't. You could have
We
just let
inviting
him. And it
everybody
was
to
like,
the
and he
cookout
was on
because
there
the
three
motherfuckers
times. Three
shimmy
times
their
I counted. He
shoulders.
was on there
That's
three
it.
times, and I appreciated Drewski get it back. But bro, some of the stuff that you were saying on there was really not needed, bro. I was so irritated listening to it. Like it pissed me off. I was like, at some point, the very first one, I was like, dude, you laid that on so thick for what?
The songs didn't even warrant none of that.
Like,
Like not one of them songs
bro,
warranted
are
any
you
of the
sure you're
shit.
not black? Like, bro, come on. Y'all gotta stop handing out the little
I
cookout
didn't hear
cards to
nothing.
everybody.
Telling you, bro.
Dang. Why do
I
y'all
didn't
always
see
want to do
nothing.
that?
I tell you, they look, hey, one of them powder people shimmy their
I ain't
shoulders. And
I have
they
yet
be
to
like,
be
oh my
invited
god,
to a picnic.
that girl who shimmied her shoulders and rapped along to that one rap verse in her wedding dress, or she was at somebody prom or something, and y'all just, oh my god, she's just so
I have
hip.
yet to be invited to a
She's
random
so
potluck.
hip.
Okay.
I want to get invited to the hoedown. I listen. I
I don't
have
want
been
to get
invited
invited to
to
none
some
of that stuff.
quinceañeras and some
No. A quinceañera is
Hispanic
different. And
Hispanic
that's not what we're
events
talking about. We're talking about
cause
specific
I
now.
cause I know some. You know,
That's different. And I
I'm
feel like
down. I'm
either
down with the
way,
culture.
the album sounded like somebody else,
That's
and it
their
was still a
version.
good album. It was not a Journals album. It was never going to be a Journals album for all of you who
Okay,
thought it was
well,
going
my
to be
point
one.
is though is that
Silly
last album
goose
he was
tricks are for you because it was not going to be a Journals
the
album.
last album that he did, bro. He was talking about so this was a R&B album. No, it was not. I'm
And it
just
still kind of was.
waiting.
I feel like he was emulating certain people, so I feel like it kind of was. It was just
No,
drawing
I'm
from a
talking about the
different.
album before this, bro. The
Oh
album
no,
he
no, no!
did
I didn't
before
listen to that
this,
one.
that
I
little
didn't listen to that
yellowish
one. I didn't
blue
even.
cover, bro, where he talked about so
Uh,
this is a true R&B album. I said, you're lying. You're lying.
I don't even
You're
know what
lying.
album you're
You're being a
talking
fibber.
about.
It's not a good album. I think you
Mm.
would like the cover art, but it's not a good album. It don't even matter.
Is he showing his biceps and stuff in there?
No. He
Oh, never
literally
mind.
looked like it's like a early punk 2004 cover in my brain. That's what I'm seeing with the colors and I think he was all in the camera or some shit. Go to
Mm.
the discographies.
Oh my gosh.
I
Let
mean,
me
you don't have
delete.
to. Nonetheless. What else is going on? Honestly,
Oh, I okay. This one I didn't listen to this at all. You talk about justice. Anyways, yeah, moving on. Didn't listen
yeah.
to the album at all.
Um, Last but not least, of course, Durand, Grammy nominated. Let me say, Grammy nominated. Durand, tweeted out like, imagine Where a world where artists are working with each other and didn't begin and end in a studio. Like, picture it. Coco Jones doing background vocals for Ari. Doja Cat dancing and doing background vocals for Doechii. Usher doing background vocals for Maxwell. Just random creativity, collaborating. Imagine it. And then he had like a cute little emoji of
Mm.
imagining, fingers crossed, and a lovely smize and gaze on their face. Uh, I thought it was funny because I wouldn't think that you would say that word, but that also gives you a scope of their landscape at that level of there's no true collaboration. I think that was indicative when we started getting our features that we get now that are our supposed remixes and features. Because I remember growing up, when we got a feature or remix, nigga, that's a whole new
I
song.
was about to say the only thing that's the same is the chorus.
Whole
Whole nother
new
verse. Whole nother verse.
song.
The
Whole
verse is not the
new
same.
song. The kids now, the girlies now, they just slap on the verse, and I be like, "You lucky you got a good engineer, cause if and even still, I still hear the on the track like, where they just smushed this bitch together because y'all were definitely not in the same studio. And like obviously with technology and people being in different places, like yes, it is a convenience thing. I do get that element of it. However, I don't know, like it's sad to think like those recipes of that element of that industry are
Mhm,
being
they're gone.
lost. But I think about the elements that are being lost in film and the elements that are being lost in so many different industries when it comes to
Bro.
creativity and originality. And so, last but not least, like hours before this, earlier in the day before we started recording, Rush Hour 4 has been greenlit at Paramount.
I did see that. I did see that.
And it's
I
just
did.
it's like cool, but it's like there's so much
I'm concerned.
originality.
I'm
But
concerned.
there's
I'm
so much
concerned.
originality that you guys are just bottlenecking right now, and it's so frustrating that like only one, right? Only the Ryan Cooglers can do original stuff, and even then, that was a
And that took
record
a minute. He
breaking,
didn't get to do, yeah, he didn't get to do that.
groundbreaking
Yeah.
deal because he was able to keep the ownership of it because they were going to be like, oh, well, you don't like the whole deal in itself and what he was even offered to begin with was just insane. But yeah, like he can't be the only one. The Ava DuVernay, the like Nia DaCosta is getting another shot at doing something, and it's like people have to support that. Like I just, it's crazy. I feel like how it's bottlenecked right now. Um, and it's just
I
really
mean, but it's
sad
like,
also too at that level because it's like you would hope to get to that level and be able to do something and make shifts and change. But it's like, do you want to get to that level now? Is that even like aspirable,
mhm.
aspirable?
Yeah.
Because the industry is changing. Like the whole vector of scope is now different. So it's like, do you build up your thing and hope to gain the notoriety via the old passages, or do you build notoriety on your own? It's like this weird combination of having to do both almost. Cause you're what, like everyone wants to what, get signed or land a deal, a landmark deal where you're essentially still having to work with some older institution to gain some type of like legitimacy or validation to some extent.
You know, that
I
is a
don't know.
lot.
Sorry, I was
I
rambling,
feel like
but
everybody's story
nonetheless.
is gonna be different. You
Well,
gotta know
yes.
ultimately. I don't know. That's a tough question. I feel like there was a layered question, one, and also it's just kind of like, yeah. But as far as
But
like,
yes,
yeah, I get it.
the first half of the originality. Let's tackle that part first. I rambled, but nonetheless, I went down a tangent. But the first part of that really is just like the loss of originality and the loss of so much that we're losing in certain industries, whether it be so small in the area of just a specific job or how AI may be used or how, stuff like that. Like it's very interesting how we're losing originality as the totality of it all. Even though they're saying we're making it better, they're saying it's supposed to be better. This is going to be, it's like, is it really better?
I
Do you
mean,
I guess start there. Do you think there's a shortage of originality?
right now in any industry, I feel like, or
Or
specifically
overall, I mean, or
overall,
just
I think,
yeah,
is it a
specifically
shortage
or
of originality? No, I don't think it is. I think that right now, though, it's not a shortage of originality as much as it's a shortage of, I want to say, I don't even, I was going to say acceptance, but no. I want to say, but I don't know. I don't think it's a shortage of reality. I feel like people
Not reality BS.
are,
Origin
huh?
originality
Originality,
BS.
yeah, my bad. Originality, not reality. But that it just is like
There is a
more
shortage
of
of reality
a,
though. There needs to be a
I think
shortage.
people don't allow more space for other people to get in. I feel like if anything, it's not a shortage of um originality, it's a inflation of popularity.
Okay.
Like with
I'm
certain
here for
ideas,
that.
like because I feel like we're
Yeah.
we're right now like in a, not even talking about just people, but when you think about like trends, what is that?
Right. A
That's
recollection of
something that's
one person's
popular that
thing.
just started, yeah, and now it's so trendy because everybody's doing it. It's popular. Everybody's doing it. Everybody who's popular is doing it. Da, da, da.
Mm.
It's an imitation. It's just constant that. But I don't think that's like really a thing or touching into originality. I think the originality is there. I just think that you gotta find it a little bit more. And I also think that nine times out of ten, some of those people or things just take a little bit longer to get eyes on it. But I don't really think it's a shortage of originality though.
Would you say, and honestly, I agree with you. I'm not disagreeing at all. But I think there is a measure of like people being able to, I don't want to word this. I guess I want it, like you said, like acceptance, but it's also like just being able to, when you get there, right? Like, say you have a moment of, or yeah, I guess acceptance, because it really does boil down to the powers that be giving you the yay or nay to go forward and allow your
The
original
stuff to get, yeah,
idea
to take off.
to take off, to be seen. However, the lack of originality, what we're getting is these remakes, the IPs, because
Hmm.
it's tangible, that's already been proven scientifically,
But what's funny is
mathematically.
like it's tangible. The only reason why it was proven, and specifically to like, let's go back to the original point of like the remake of Rush Hour. The only reason why that was popular was because that was an original idea.
Right.
You've made it now four times. At some point, it stops becoming original. At some point, we continue the things over and over again. So it's like I don't feel like this. I don't know. I feel like also it's kind of like what story are we drawing? Like who's the star of four? Because if it doesn't make sense, it
Uh,
also doesn't make sense to continue building upon.
I don't even remember how three ended. Wasn't three the Paris one? Right? They
I
went to
forgot about
Paris.
three. I forgot about
Two,
three.
yeah, I think three is the Paris one where the lady took her wig off. She was bald. She was in the lingerie or some shit, and like
I
he's
can't think
like,
of
"Oh my
it.
god, lady, you bald!" Yeah, and she was like talking in a French accent, like oh, like that,
Yeah,
like a over
I don't know.
exaggerated French accent. I think that's yeah, that's
Nevertheless,
what my
it's just
memory is
like
pulling
I
right
feel like
now.
at some point when you start to remake stuff over and over again, and just in general, it's like we could just have another story, another idea,
I
another.
will continue to stand by the writer and creator of American Fiction, who, when he won his Oscar, or I believe it was a WGA award, nonetheless, the point is, he mentioned that, like, let's make 15, 20, $10 million, $20 million movies instead of one $250 million movie. Like, there has to be some
Right.
spreading
Because
across the board
because
at
a
some
lot of y'all,
points.
but a lot, and just to point that out, for I love that you pointed that out because that brings me to a point. Fantastic Four.
And I saw your review about that.
Let me have a moment. Let's talk to the people.
I was not mad at it. Hear me out,
No, no,
right?
no, 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 stop. I don't want you to speak.
No,
Let's not
why?
do that.
I'm gonna speak anyway.
Hold
I'm gonna
on,
say
hold
my
on,
twos because I
hold on.
already know what you gonna say. I already know what you gonna
Fantastic
say.
Four. No, just to draw on your point. You just said let's not have one big ass budget film. Let's have a couple of good films and have like million, 2 million. Da, da, da. Y'all know damn well y'all ain't put it to that plot. Y'all know that. I don't care about no act. I ain't even gonna come at the actor. I ain't gonna come at none of y'all, whatever. Fantastic. I ain't even gonna come at the whole little dynamic y'all
You're saying the
rebuilding.
script was short,
I'm
was
saying,
lacking.
yeah, I know that
The
there's a
script was
reason and a
lacking.
purpose for
Okay.
the Fantastic Four. I get it. It's a whole, we're in a whole nother era. I'm a Marvel fan. I can't say I was
Hmm.
into the comics super, super bad, but I can say I'm a Marvel fan. At the end of the day, I've kept up in regards to like all of that type of as much as I could. So for y'all to redo this, even with like this to be apparently the root or the anchor for a lot of what is built upon or goes after this. This script was so boo-boo garbage. I was like, yo. To the point where I looked
Ah,
at my sisters and I said, didn't they say Pedro could act? Like, am I tripping right now? Like, I literally was like,
you see Pedro Pascal and other stuff. Stop it.
but that's what's crazy about it. I said, why is he sounding so bad right now? It's so stiff. I don't
she
believe
said,
nothing.
she said, that's not who
It's
I know
I
that's who
don't
I
believe
think it
nothing he's
is, but
saying.
yeah.
He said no. She is screaming for her life giving this birth. Wait, I don't believe you. You lost me. You lost me.
It
She
was
is
definitely
overacting she is acting her ass off right now with this pretend baby coming out her. You're hold on for me. I said, "Oh, this is what we're doing?" What was he on? Somebody pull up the Carfax. He was like, "Oh, he's in da da da." I said, "I ain't even watched none of them." So I can't even
you have
say.
not seen anything Pedro Pascal has been in.
I feel like I've gotten a sense that he's been a good actor and somebody lied. I don't know what he's been
No,
in that I've been
you're
in.
tweaking, bro. Hold on. Don't let me
But
pull
that's
this
why I was
man's
so shocked because I could have
IMDb.
swore that there was something that he was in that I was like, I
He's
thought he was a good
he was
actor.
in Game of Thrones.
I didn't watch Game of Thrones.
Oh, well, there's that.
And that's y'all main point. Yep. And that's what I knew you was gonna do. Everybody's main point is Pedro was in Game of Thrones. Da, da, da. I didn't watch Game of Thrones. I wasn't a Game of Thrones. I wasn't in that little unit in orbit of like
I mean,
OMG.
that's fine. Okay, so
So as far as that, my guy, is this
what
the only
else?
action that you got to vet
No.
for?
Nah, bro. Hold on. Give me a second. Give me a
See,
second.
The
Wikipedia.
Mandalorian was another one. I think
Mandalorian.
did see a
Yeah.
little bit of the Mandalorian, and I don't think but somebody was like he barely
Oh, he
talked.
got a long Jose Pedro Bacamiseda Pascal. He's been in a lot of stuff, but cause he's been acting for a long time.
All I will say
He
was, I don't care
he
about anything else. I'll just speak to what I seen on
he
that
was
set.
in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. This is his like obviously when he was
I
like,
remember a little bit of him in that,
small
not too much.
NYPD Blue. I do remember that The Good Wife, Nurse Jackie, Homeland. So he did his TV stint, which period, because I feel like every good actor should have a TV stint.
Here's the
Whatever you
thing,
say, Timothy Chalamet.
right? And okay, shade. Anyways, this is what I will
It's because of
say.
what he said. Yeah,
This is
so
what I will say. I
hmm
don't care about none of that stuff he was in. What you gave
oh,
in Fantastic Four, not at all what it needed to be to me. And I was so like, this was a horrible movie
oh yeah,
after me
he
personally.
was
But
in Kingsman. He was in Kingsman, and I know you seen Kingsman.
I don't care about those other ones. We're talking about Fantastic Four. You didn't do what you
Apparently he
needed to
was in
do, Pedro.
Equalizer 2.
I don't care. Pedro, listen.
Mandalorian. And The
Fantastic
Last
Four
of
just
Us. Oh
felt
yeah,
so
bitch, I
weak.
totally forgot The Last of Us. The Last of Us go
I don't
crazy.
even care. Do you listen? Are you
Mm,
listening to what I'm saying?
I'm listening to you, but you said you didn't know this
Fantastic.
man's work, and I was trying to clarify. You definitely know this man's work. You know he can act BS. I agree. To compare to his work to in
That's why I was so shocked
Fantastic
because I was
Four,
like, why
yes.
is the delivery in the lines felt stiff. The emotion did not feel there. And then in comparison to who he was with was such a like
Yeah,
juxtaposition of like what was going on. For me,
yeah.
Fantastic Four, this new start, hey, I'm glad y'all got it over with, but don't make no other things like this because that was like I sat there and was like, wow, I'm so glad I won't watch that again. I'm not watching that again. What's the point?
Oh, for
What's the
sure.
point?
You know a movie I will watch though again? Eternals. Everybody hate on Eternals, but I liked it,
I
Eternals.
didn't even watch that.
You tweaking.
I didn't get around to that.
I
I'm
liked
not gonna
Eternal.
lie.
Well, it's low key kind of like a plot point, but you also didn't watch the TV shows, did you? No, I didn't watch all of them.
I did watch the other one with
Loki, did you
yes,
watch?
and
You watched all 3 seasons of Loki.
I might
You're
have
cool.
I don't know about the last season, but yes, the first two. And then what's the
Did you watch
what's the other one with the
WandaVision?
agent?
Did you watch WandaVision?
Yes, I watched WandaVision.
Okay.
Agents, what's the is
Agents
that
of
what
Shield.
Agent Shield? Yeah.
Agents of Shield. I didn't.
Yeah.
I started watching Agents of Shield when it first came out, like when it was like actually on TV and stuff, like back in the day.
It wasn't that
Fell
long ago, I
off.
think.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely know I was in like middle school or not middle school. I
I
was in
think
high
some
school.
of that, I thought some of that stuff. Anyways, bro, I just Fantastic Four to me, it just is not, it just whatever. I don't even
We
know how we
can
got
do
on
a whole
this.
episode
Oh, we was talking
of
about movies that
Marvel.
got overrated and too much money. Cause yeah, I feel like they put too much budget into that. I don't know what their budget was
I
for Fantastic
personally feel
Four.
like well, I ain't gonna say that for real, but yeah, low key, my point is like Oppenheimer, Barbie, like all them type of movies where it's like, yes, those are cool, but
Oppenheimer was good though. What was it for?
I didn't actually
Oppenheimer was
watch
so
it.
good.
I didn't watch it. I haven't
You
watched
didn't
it
watch
yet.
Oppenheimer? You did not watch Oppenheimer, but you watched Barbie, huh? Why you didn't want to speak, huh? It's crazy. You ain't want to speak. It's insane. I watched both of them, and
I
I
was
will
supposed to
say,
go see Oppenheimer, but what had happened was it did not happen. So
yeah.
yeah, that's all.
Um, just
That's all.
sidebar, the Fantastic Four budget was around 200 million.
Yeah, that sounds about average for a Marvel movie, period.
I swear
Their
to God.
budgets don't cut anywhere near 100, 150. But what I will say, as I am becoming more and more aware of how much money it takes, period, to do any of that shit, it is very expensive. And so I just feel like, why is it so expensive? Like, I really want to understand why
It's
it's
After
so
Effects.
expensive.
That's what I feel like it
I
is. It's
know,
rigging,
bro.
After Effects, and like
Bro.
hardware.
When
I
I
think
say no, like for some reason, when you go, right, I don't know why, like, but like, say I go from here to being on a TV show, working on as a, we'll say, a co EP of a TV show, the budget for production is out, like the numbers are astronomical, and it's insane because most people come from an indie background, like a lot of people come from an indie background, unless you're like nepotism den, or even if you came from school or something, like you still had some measure of like you had to make your own thing. And so you know how to be scrappy, right? You know how to make the, doing the things. For some reason, bro, when you start to get to that level, the charging of how much you could charge, like a caterer, right? They had terrible food. There's this catering company, I'm not gonna say the name. They got bad food, but they could charge just for a day
I mean,
up
yeah,
to three
because at some point,
grand.
once you hit a bracket, you hit a bracket. Same thing in corporate America. Most times, once you hit a bracket,
Like to buy some papers or to buy some staples, it's $1,000 to buy some staples and some pencils and papers because you buying them at bulk. But it's like, bro, what the hell?
yeah,
For some pencils and
exactly.
papers, so it's just
I mean, it's interesting. It is like a layer to it, and I get that as far as like being attached to
yeah,
budget, but it's just like, regardless, bro. Like, I agree to this point of you saying like, or whoever that point was initially, where it's like we really don't. I'm not interested in a bunch of 200 or one $250 million, 200+ million movie. Can we get a couple $1 million, you know? Movies here and there, because I mean ultimately that's what Sinners was a lower budget type of movie and it still pulled in so much, so it's like you really don't need that much in order to have an impact. And specifically if you have a good ass plot, like I said, I feel like even as I was watching Sinners, some of it kind of was I will say
Cord Jefferson. I knew it was something Jefferson, but I couldn't think of his first name. Cord Jefferson said that at his acceptance speech for an award show. I do remember that. I think it was for an Oscar
oh
or
yeah, yeah, I remember that.
yeah,
Yes,
where he made that acceptance. And again, I just brought it up to because it's like originality wants to thrive, but due to the powers that be, it's not being given a chance to thrive. And so then you create this like vacuum of lack of originality in certain moments where certain people are the only people who can be in the door or space, and it's like only a certain people get, like even now with the young Hollywood, bro, of like who they have for young Hollywood, it's like she not new.
I get what you're saying. Zara
It's like,
Larson, she's new,
bro,
just random
all of
right now.
them,
She been in the game for a minute, for a
all of it,
minute.
bro. I'm
But I
telling
love
you,
seeing stories like that. I'm not gonna hold you because it shows that it truly is a matter of timing and consistency.
correct. But
Because
I'm talking about
now it's
the
like, look at
we,
her. She's like starting a whole little movement when it's like
yes.
you
But then
have
we
already
get the
had been
moments where
here
we
first.
always see is Zendaya, Jacob Elordi, Timothy Chalamet, and the same regular Saoirse Ronan, the same, the Elle Fanning, Dakota Fannings. These are the same people who we get to see for certain roles, and it's like y'all couldn't find nobody new. Like for the new Zelda live action, new people. They're using new. undiscovered talent. And again, like this is how we get new faces. This is how we got right the Stranger Things moment. Y'all use
Sure.
young kids who were thrust into the spotlight and they have
And then
all
that was
had
like a
their
whole
own successes from there. But
they
again, some have had better successes to go on, and the one dude who he's now in Gladiators and he was in your uh Fantastic Four. He was the
yeah.
brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Um
I
let
just
me
feel
see.
like y'all gotta give
But
more people chances in all areas and all facets. Behind the camera, in front of the
speaking
camera,
on that, just piggybacking off that, is
all of
this
it.
our piggyback off of what you just said as far as like the people who moved on and all that. That just reminded me of Demi, the conversation that's been surrounded with
Mm-hmm.
right with
Mm-hmm.
what's it called? Euphoria in the last
Mm-hmm.
season.
Yeah.
And how Sam Levinson has just kind of destroyed like that whole like plot and also how long they took to get that started. One thing that I will say about like nowadays when it comes to production and like TV, y'all are taking way too long to start stuff back up. That will also make me pivot back to Stranger Things, which is what made me think of that for real because they also just dropped their last season and everybody looks old. Everybody just look old. Baby boy got a
Right.
whole beard now. Like the other dude look like he grown, maybe got a kid. Like, come on now, y'all waiting way too long in order to redo these series, like or these seasons. Why are we waiting so long? The girl that had a baby now. She got a baby, Millie. She got a baby.
Boy.
She engaged, and then that's a whole nother topic in itself because some people have had their own little statements about that. So it's
Right.
like all of this stuff that has like, yeah, I just in regards to that whole like
I
space.
wanted to do an episode of like someone who's a child actor. I wanted to reach out to somebody who's like a child actor.
You
Talk
make that
about like,
happen.
yeah, I don't know. I feel like that would just an interesting take because I used to act and I wanted to do the things, but obviously my mom put a stop to those things when she read a diary that she wasn't supposed to fucking read. But nonetheless,
You did read
she,
that, but like, God
I
damn it,
decided,
I should have put it in the attic.
oh my gosh, boy, like why you had to be nosy Rosetta? Like, oh. He says the Holy Spirit led her to it. I say BS. No, but nonetheless, I understand the acting thing, and so it's like I often wonder what it's like to even be like thrust into that spotlight and how much that affects your psyche. And I know like Alison Stoner talks about it in her book, but
Boy, Jamel McCurdy is another one.
Boo. Good book, such a
Yeah,
good book, really, really good book.
didn't read that one, but
But at the same time, it's like for the right people, for even like taking the acting out of it, right? Like the people who got the chance, the Ryan Coogler's, like, excuse me, the Ava DuVernays who started in her 40s and like late 30s and early 40s, like you have to give more than just
dang, I did
one
not know that she
every.
started that late. Not to
Yeah,
say that's bad, but I just didn't. I
yeah, no,
like
you.
hearing people
That's
when
like
they
her.
start later, bro,
That's
because it makes me
that's
think
literally
like,
her story. That's literally like her biggest story piece. She, I think, like went to see something and wanted to do it and took a class and then made her own film. That she's been freaking Oprah and all like bro, yeah. So I don't know. I hope that some more people get their opportunities to do some original things. I've noticed a lot of actors making their own production companies. Again, we get the Barbies who Greta Gerwig and Margot Robbie and her husband who was a producing partner. Interestingly enough, that they did all that with a production company. So it's like when you get in, be smart, don't take ownership. I guess is the
bro.
key if you take anything from them.
And who
Um,
knows how much preparation came in for all of that, to be honest with you. To be
correct.
honest. So it's just, it's so many things that
Timing.
we always can speculate and, figure maybe, come to the conclusion of like, maybe that's how they started,
Mm.
just based off of like us being in the field or being
Oh
in
yeah.
intersections of those type of spaces. But
But do your homework, yeah.
who really even knows for real, huh?
I was just saying, like, people do your homework. Like, if you have something
Right.
like ownership of, try and keep hold of it as much as you can. Pull a Meg, own your own masters. Like, I mean, because I do feel like that is a part of the once you get up there and you one of the ones they allow you to do something original and something different. Don't let them snatch it away forever. You be sitting on the corner
Because
asking
then they didn't
for a
capitalize
dollar.
on that mug. They didn't took it. They didn't flipped it, dipped it, put it in a cartoon, put it in a freaking merch, put it in a backpack, put it in some baby wipes, put it in. You
Boy,
don't
you
even
looking
know.
ragged, haggard,
They
and
done made some
taggart,
snacks out of it. Hey
and you
man, every
like,
time I talk
did
about
you
stuff
see
like
a
this, I
piece of
think of the
this?
Batman logo. Batman
Oh,
logo. They made that person never got anything for it. The only success story in regards to people making logos in regards to stuff like that and then getting money back or people them coming back and giving them shares in the company is Nike.
mm,
Everybody else like you I'm sure I could find some more, but the Batman logo guy, he was not one of them. He did not
damn. I
have
didn't
a
know that.
success story. And think about how much merch and how long that logo goes in regards to like
Boy,
the
in Walmart.
franchise and what they've built off of that. He gets nothing. He has no royalties and nothing. He has no nothing.
And I go back to, to end this all out, sometimes you got to have proper guidance. And I think about the young man who was the voice of Lion King. What's his name?
Mm.
Jamal Weaver, I believe is his name. His mom, when they did the deal, they have royalties on the Lion King for his voice. The original Lion King. And I just can't
Oh yeah,
wait
yeah,
to
yeah.
be
And that
king.
makes sense because like this is going to be used
Because they were
forever.
trying to offer him, a thing. And, at the time he was like, my mom had the foresight to see and know that, no, if you want this and take this to go, da, 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 da. Because, I imagine her mind, like, Cinderella already out at this point. Da, da, da. Like, the Lion King, like, who knows where this could be? And she was right. Because now he gets royalties off of that every
Mm.
time. And we didn't know sequels and the rebrands and the makings and the. So it just pays to be rightful about your stuff. With that being said, we're going to close out.
Hey, content creators. Today we're going to talk about TubeBuddy. Ever wonder how to get your YouTube videos major exposure and on the main page? Well, TubeBuddy has you, helping you with keywords, thumbnails, and titles. Also having an A/B testing to help you see what your audience likes. It's sure to get you on the main page. Sign up with our exclusive code UNPAID90 TubeBuddy where creativity meets strategy. Now let's get back to the show. Adios, guys. Thanks for coming to Unpaid. It's your girl Denique.
It's your
Nashay and
girl, Denique. It's your girl,
oh,
Keirra.
okay. And we shall see y'all next time.
I thought you were gonna hold that note out a little longer, so I was like, yeah, but you cut it off. So I was there doing background vocal. My bad. I was trying to hype you up.
Well, we gonna close out, y'all. Have a good night.
Just imagine the background music going.